Let me see you go back.
Can I speak about white men real quick?
Yeah.
Because I've got some shit to say.
Okay.
And I think
Turn the volume up.
I think I would be really curious to talk about y'all's like love lives and dating as a mixed race.
Yeah, I definitely wanted to go there.
Do we have time for that?
We yes.
Yeah, I'll make this quick. I'm sorry.
No. Go.
Okay. So I literally, white men were not interested in me until I got to college, and like we all grew up in this white supremacist society that taught us, like back from the Disney Prince days, like, you know, attention and validation from white men is like all we can ever achieve as like, feminine beings. And you know, black men had only ever been interested in me. And so when I got to college and I went to like a southern school, a very elite university, you know, these boys were coming from elite families, and I was like starstruck in a way that they would even look at me. And the first white boy that I ever hooked up with, literally during like mid hookup, straight up like turns to me and is like,
I've never been with a black girl.
oh well, that he already made that clear. No, he already made that clear. He was like, can we play master and slave? Swear to God. And like at that moment,
Oh, well, it's also like, you know, I mean, not that this.
But the first time that you hook up though?
Not that this matters in the grand scheme of things, but you know, it's like the South is a different animal.
see, that's what people say, but I went to a university, I went to an international university. I mean, our biggest feeder state was New York and California. Like only like 15% of our students were from North Carolina.
It's pretty suspect. I think it's safe to say that is one of those moments where you can blame it on race.
Right.
Because
exactly.
it's just like role playing doesn't really start anyway until later on. I feel like. I mean, unless you're just like super excited. But it's just like, you know, like for you to the first time we hook up say that, it's just too telling. It's just like, yeah, you be the slave and I'll be the master. Like,
right. Oh, like I'm the master, you gonna be the slave?
Yeah, exactly. Like I got you. Yes, let's try it.
I got
but it's just like. That's crazy. Wow.
It was. And so from that moment on, I just started realizing that so much of this attention that I was getting from white men, and that somewhere in the back of my mind I was craving, really was them fetishizing. And again, like going back to like being mixed race, having that proximity to whiteness, like it really does make white people comfortable. And we have the type of beauty that is so digestible. I mean, look at Beyonce. Like I was sitting in a room like with one of my white friends, and his mom literally did not know that Beyonce was black. Like we're watching the VMA performance, and she didn't know
her hair is blonde and it's straight.
Like we have the type of blackness that is so consumable to white people, and it's very fetishized as women. And after that, I just kept noticing, like even with this particular guy and with other white men that would approach me, like they would always like. It wasn't about me as Liz as a person, it was about my blackness. It was about like twerking for them and like, you know, let's go listen to like Jay-Z and like, you know, like let me act black and like hard in front of you because like I want to consume black culture, but I'm afraid of it. So you are like a very easy, digestible way that I can have, like you're enough inside my comfort zone where I can enact my racial fantasies. And I remember I wrote a monologue about this. For my school, and like one of the lines I wrote in it was like, white men, stop trying to finish what your ancestors started. And that's really what it felt like for me. And in retrospect, like going to school in the South, like do I think I was a little traumatized by like my relationships with white men? Like absolutely. Like I don't even date men anymore, so there's like a whole nother element there. But I definitely just felt like my race was such a constant in these relationships that I could never escape. Not my race, excuse me, my blackness.
That's trippy because I feel like I've always been fetishized by black men.
Really, for your whiteness? Yeah, it happens too.
And so I feel like that's always been a thing. And then white guys have never been really into me either. Like once in a while, they were, or they liked me, but they just weren't gonna go there, or I was too black, or you know, whatever.
Oh yeah. The one white boy I dated told me that he couldn't take me to his formal because I was black. This is 2015, y'all.
That's insane. I went on a date with one white guy in my whole life, and he like talked about how racism really doesn't exist, and at the end was wait, he was on the phone with his friend saying like nigga, and meet me at my crib. And he was like, oh my God, I really want you to meet my friends. I want them to know that I'm like on a date with a black girl.
Yep, we should make like a white boys who like black girls starter pack.
Oh my God.
It's all there. I do not walk through this world as a half white woman. Like, that's one of the reasons why my mother and I, our relationship has like been strained these past couple years. Because my sister and I have really embraced our natural hair, have embraced our black identity, you know. We have been activists on our campus, in our communities. We know that our black community needs support right now. It needs protection. It needs advocates. And this is what I try and tell her. Like, me accepting my blackness isn't a rejection of my whiteness. Like,
For sure.
If white people were being killed in the streets, you don't think I would be front row at the White Lives Matter marches? Like,
right.
No, but I'm not gonna sit here and act like having two conflicting identities. Cause like I'd be curious of you being like half Armenian, half black, but like with my history of whiteness, I mean, like to be in a mixed race, to have a mixed race identity where one identity is actively oppressing the other, it really does feel like a contradiction that you feel in your bones.
Oh my God, that's a great way to put that. Like,
it's hard.
That's
it's
great.
Heavy.
Yeah, I like that because it's like one side of you is just like fighting the other side, right? And it's like you don't want to feel not ashamed, but like angry. Like there's times where I'm like I'm angry because I'm just like, but that's who I am, right? But I guess I have the right to be upset. If something's wrong, it's wrong. And so I think that like being mixed, you have this objectiveness. I think,
so
right?
Some distance from both.
Yeah.
And we humanize both, which is so important. Like, after the whole Trump thing, you know, all my black friends were like, get your people. And that was something that at first I was like, wow. Like,
wow, yeah.
At first, of course, I got defensive. But then it's like, because I have many family members who voted for Trump, white family members. But
I hope I don't find out.
Right, exactly. But I had to come back and realize, you know, that's coming out of a place of such hurt and trauma right now. And I even have to catch myself sometimes, like, demonizing all white people. You know, it's so easy to generalize. And then I have to kind of like stop myself, like, wait. Like, you know, it's a cognitive dissonance that I will never understand. Like, it's definitely an enigma.
Do you have any thoughts? Any last remarks?
Yeah, I mean, for me, if we're gonna talk about dating.
So do you date mostly black girls, white girls, whatever girls? Like, is there a preference? Do you identify more with one?
When I was younger, I used to date white girls. But I love black girls.
He came home, I'm dead.
Okay. I guess that's it. This was really fun.
Yeah, this is awesome.
I had so much fun.